Hello everyone and welcome back to another speed build.
Nice!
We are here on my island Huldra and we are going to be decorating this sunken waterfall. This wasn't originally planned to be a sunken waterfall, but somehow my brain forgot how Animal Crossing worked, so I thought you could make a 3-tier waterfall, but apparently you can't, and I don't know why. I still don't know how this game works after 3 years. Anyway, that's not important. My name is Elecktrey if you're new here, and I hope you want to stick around. This is my Nordic fairytale island, and as per usual, I'm going to try to make this build a little bit related to fairy tales. This one might be a little bit of a stretch, but I thought it would be interesting nonetheless. And also, if you're interested to see how we terraform this area, you can always go back and watch the stream. Okay, I will now go into the mythology things. So, for this build, I thought we could make something for Fossegrim. Foss means waterfall in Norwegian, so a Fossegrim is a supernatural being that is a water spirit, and it lives in the rivers and the waterfalls and the lakes and all of that, and it's known for playing a fiddle and also sometimes a harp, so that's why I try to include both of those instruments in this build. I don't know how good it turned out anyway, but I tried, and that's the most important thing. It is most known for being an exceptionally talented fiddler, and in mythology it says that the sounds of the forest, wind and water play over his fiddle strings. They can act very different depending on their mood, so if they're in a bad mood, they will jump out of the waterfall and scare anyone around, but if they're in a good mood, they can be very helpful and be pretty chill and just play their instruments, you know, and have a good time. As usual, I'm not explaining this that well. If it's in a good mood, you are able to make some offerings to the Fossegrim, and if it accepts your offering, they will offer to teach you their skills. It is said that if the offering is satisfactory, he will take the pupil's right hand and draw the fingers along the strings of the fiddle until they bleed, after which he will be able to play as well as the tree shall dance and torrents in their fall stand still. So, if you make them an offering, they will make your fingertips bleed, but afterwards you will be very, very good at playing the fiddle, so I guess that's kind of a good thing. And that's basically it for this build. The rest of the build is just gonna be me making some forest area stuff, because I am very close to finishing my island, so I felt like I had to do something, and then I just couldn't stop, and it just kept going for ages. So this speed build is a little bit long, but the results are very good. I'm very happy for the forest we made in the end. So I didn't really do that much decorating down here, but that's also because the area was quite tiny, so I didn't know what to do, and I was like, okay, I got the harp, I got the fiddle. That says something about the fairy tale, I think. Not that anyone else except me is gonna understand this. Also, there is a very big difference between a fiddle and a violin, but obviously there's just a violin in the game. Or maybe it's not just... I don't know. A fiddle has twice as many strings, I think, and it sounds like it's the most Norwegian instrument I can ever think of. Just listen to this. This is what is going through my mind when I am making this island. Just like Norway, nationalism, fiddle music, mountains, river, fjords, snow, I don't know, skiing, something along those lines. And this is also what you could imagine that the Fossegrim is playing, so I'm saying that this build is kind of a stretch because it's not saying that much about the fairy tale, it's just I'm just putting up 2 instruments and I'm like, here you go. I will tell you and that's why you know, but no one would ever understand this if I didn't tell them, so yes. Anyway, enough about that. We're actually going to move on to the forest part, because the waterfall situation is kinda completed now. It wasn't that much, so we just had to do something else. This area looked empty, so I was like, we need to do something here. And for some reason I decided that I wanted to make a rock circle or a rock garden, depending on what you want to call it, And so that's what I'm trying to do here with some of the holes, trying to map out where I want it. Some of the holes are also for trees, as you'll see, because we're gonna be adding lots of trees here. It's going to be a lush forest after all, or that's my attempt. Since I haven't decorated my entire island yet, I'm just gonna put down some garden rocks here instead for the actual in-game rocks, but I hope to be able to change them into the in-game rocks later on after I've done everything, because I think that's gonna look kind of cool. But making a rock garden is also kind of difficult, so we'll see how lazy I end up being at the end of the island making process. I don't have a exact reasoning for why I wanted to make a rock circle, other than that I think it looks cool. And it's kind of like a mix of a more like satanic ritual at a fairy forest meeting place. I don't know what it is, you could use your imagination. I just thought it would be kind of cool to have this little mysterious rock piece here. I've also kind of forgotten how it works to move the rocks around, but I hope it works as long as I don't have any trees at the 8 squares around them. So let's just hope for the best. I would really like to have the in-game rocks here. I think it's gonna look so cool. Because I've been considering just decorating around my rocks and other places on the island, but I was also like, it would be very cool to have them organized and stuff. I feel like that's a little bit of a statement piece, and I need that on this island since everything is very chaotic. And if you haven't watched my speed builds and stuff, you probably don't even understand what the theme is. Which is why I'm very happy that you are currently watching, because now we can understand together, and when you understand the island theme, I think that makes things a lot more interesting. At least I hope. I also tried to put down a path so you would understand where you're supposed to go. I tried to do that with most parts of my island because I want things to be easily understandable. I am a person that gets lost very easily on islands, so I want to try to make sure that people like me understand where to go, you know? I think it's just a couple of speed builds left until this island is finished, honestly. So I am very excited for that, and I hope you guys are too. I'm also so excited to try to figure out a new island theme. I have a couple of ideas in mind, and I'm probably gonna put out a poll to see what people are interested in. I've also really been considering doing a non-terraforming island, but that also seems very difficult, so I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated as always. It's also really nice that I'm able to do another speed build here during the summer. I have been super busy, I have been traveling a lot. I'm also currently traveling when this video is being released, because I wanted to have some videos prepared for you guys while I've been going away and traveling, since I've been like, I'm going to be away for about a month. So that's why I've been doing a lot of island tours, but I think they have been very, very fun. It's been so long since I did island tours before this summer, so it's nice to get some more inspiration from other creators, because I desperately needed that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to come back, so I'm gonna be able to stream again. I'm not sure if we're going to be working on this island on stream or not. That just depends on what happens the next few weeks. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm gonna be playing alone when I'm not recording, so we'll see. Maybe it's finished before you know, or maybe I haven't gotten any further at all. That's always a mystery with me. But I'm super excited to get back into streaming again and talking more to you guys, and I'm also going to be trying out streaming on Twitch soon, so I'm very excited for that. Stay tuned. I am currently planning to do 2 streams a week, so one on Twitch and one on YouTube, so nothing is going to change our weekly schedule around here. But I think it's going to be really fun to try out the new platform and see how it goes there. I've also been working a bit on my stream overlay, so you know, maybe you have something to look forward to. Maybe it's gonna be cuter, maybe it's not, who knows, we just have to wait and see. As some of you know, I'm currently home at my parents' house when I'm recording this video, but I'm actually in Italy, I think, when I release this video. So this is confusing talking about time-wise, but since I'm at my parents' house, I'm not going to be able to do streams, which is why I'm not streaming, because I would not feel comfortable streaming at home because my parents are so noisy and noisy. They're both nosy and noisy. So they would not leave me alone if I even tried. And also they don't even know I do this as a hobby, and I'm not planning to tell them because they would just be like, oh, why are you talking to people on the internet? You might get kidnapped. And I don't feel like explaining everything to them, you know? They don't understand anything. So yeah, that's why we're taking a break from streams. And I figured a lot of you are also away on your own holidays and vacations, so we're just gonna save all of the good stuff for later when we're all back in August. I'm looking forward to go back to uni as well, and I hope things are not gonna be too stressful. But we'll see. I recently got my grades back from my spring exams, and they didn't go that well, so we're not going to talk anything more about that because I don't want to talk anything more about that, but at least I passed, so that's the goal. I'm also gonna get a new roommate when I move back, which I'm kind of scared, like, who is this person I'm going to be living with? I don't know. I hope it's a girl, but and I hope it's a girl, and I hope it's a good human, and I hope it's someone that's clean and stuff, because I've lived with a lot of strange people before, and I've also heard a lot of strange stories from other people, and I don't want to experience that myself. I just hope everything is gonna go well when I get back in August, or the middle of August. Anyway, enough about that. I hope you guys have had a great vacation so far, or if you have any plans or if you're planning to do anything, please let me know in the comments. If you have done something fun, or if you have some fun plans, I would love to hear it. So go down to the comments and write something about what you have done or your plans and somewhere in general, or just like fun stuff, while I continue to attempt to explain what I'm doing with this build. So now we have currently planted all the trees, I think. I don't exactly remember what I did because I recorded this video over the span of a couple of days because I felt a bit uninspired, to be honest. But I'm trying to add some path here to the secret beach because I think it's nice to have that accessible, even though I'm not sure what I'm actually gonna do with it. I did try to put a ladder down there, but for some reason I'm not allowed to put a ladder when the cliff goes down onto the rock, so that's kind of stupid. So when you're visiting, I'm just going to have to leave a ladder as one of the gifts in the DA so you can go down yourself. I think that's the only solution. I'm very upset that you can't have a ladder there. I don't know why the game has to be so difficult sometimes, because you can climb down easily with your own ladder. Nintendo, please explain why you're making this difficult for me. But after that, I started to try to fill in the areas here to make it more lush and stuff like that, because I want this forest to be quite thick. Currently, this forest is divided into 4 parts, I would say. There's the first part with all of the hardwood trees, that's the swamp area, which gives the hill illusion. Then that moves onto the other part, which I did on another stream, which is this red mushroom thingy. Then there's the third part, that is the build you can see to the right here with the skogsrå, that has more of the black mushroom thingies, and like skogsrå being the skeleton you can see in the middle there, and some lights around it and stuff. And then this is the fourth part, which is just gonna be lush forest. So I feel like it's a kind of gradual change between the different forest thingies, and I think it works quite well. It's not finished, obviously, but now that you can see I've added some flowers and stuff, it looks a lot better, and I think they blend really well together, and I'm really happy. But I'm still going to need a lot more trees and stuff. I also was wondering if I should just do all of the forests in this video, but then I figured this would just be way too long, so we're gonna have to divide it up. I don't know how interesting it would be if you're just gonna watch me plop down a bunch of trees, honestly, so I think it's nice we space it out a little bit. I wasn't quite sure about which items I wanted to use in this area because I felt like the rock circle was the main attraction and I just wanted it to be very natural. And I also, or this is a struggle I've had with the entire island, that I'm struggling to find items I think work for the Nordic theme and also kind of the more like 1800s aesthetic. And a lot of the items in Animal Crossing are very modern and obviously don't fit in. And there's only a limited amount of items that actually like perfectly fit my vibe, so I have to improvise and use some random stuff here and there. Like I added this lamp here, which I don't think would make sense with the time period. But sometimes we just need to add stuff and it looks good, I'm happy. But that's kind of one of the struggles I've had, so for my next island theme, I plan to not limit myself too much with the items because I don't want this island to feel too repetitive. I think that's the common issue you might have when you're doing a theme for your island, because if you want things to be cohesive, you have to kind of use some of the same things. But I feel like for this theme in particular, the items are so limited that it gets very, very repetitive. This might just be me having this issue because I'm the one working on this island. At least I hope so, because I hope you guys like this island and think that the different builds are interesting in their different ways, but that's one of the things I've been thinking about when trying to figure out what to do for my next island. But don't get me wrong, I'm very happy. I think this is turning out really good, and I'm very happy that we're close to the finish line. I think that doing the final builds and tweaks and stuff on our island is actually the most difficult ones, because at least for me, I'm starting to get some ideas for what I want to do with my next island, and I get so excited thinking about a new island theme, and then I just want to start working on that instead. And I also want to complete this island, but it's like, oh, I'm kind of tired of this. I've been working on this for like over half a year. So that's kind of the vibe now. But we are going to endure this. We are going to finish this island. I swear. I am not gonna leave a single island unfinished. And I still have at least one more fairytale I would like to add. I think I only have space for one more fairytale. I was considering more fairytales when I was planning my island, but you know, builds take a lot of space. So you have to improvise and see what works after you actually start doing stuff. So for the last build, I am standing between doing a build inspired by the Black Death, which was a problem in Scandinavia, obviously. It was a problem everywhere, to be honest. And in Norse mythology, maybe in some other mythologies as well, the Black Death was kind of seen as this old woman, and when she came to the town, like everyone would get affected and that would be a bad time. So if you saw this woman, you were screwed basically. Or I'm considering to make the last build something for the Dovregubbens Hall, which is a very famous song, so you might have heard it. I don't know what the English translation is anyway, but it's this mountain hall where the Troll King lives, which is very important in a lot of Norwegian fairy tales. So that's kind of the things I'm standing between. I think maybe the mountain hall for the trolls might be a little bit difficult, but if any of these builds interest you more than the other, please let me know in the comments, and I might consider doing one over the other, because your girl is indecisive and I just want to make everyone happy. I love hearing what you guys say and what you like, so I just want to, you know, make sure everyone is having a good time here on the channel. But as you can see now, we are soon getting to the end of the build actually. This took forever for me to build because I just had to, I don't know, I just had to go like through so many ideas in my head to figure out what I wanted to do, and then I had to get all the trees, and then I had to get all the plants, and then, you know, then my area of decorating just kept expanding, and here we are. But we actually got this like whole forest situation, and I also decorated a bit on the cliff on the other side just to fill in some dead space. I want this island to be 100% completed, so I will decorate every little single piece of land I can find. Except maybe not my house. I'm not sure if I'm gonna decorate that because I can't be bothered with interior decorating. I am so sorry, I'm just bad at it and I don't know how to do it, so I tend to just avoid it instead. Some of my villagers also started to hang around when I was trying to decorate this, and it was becoming a little bit annoying, to be honest, because they are always standing in the way and I don't know what to do about it. But I was able to finish this anyway, so yay me. But as we are very soon finished, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that if you are still here at the end of the video, thank you so much for being here, and I really hope you like the build. And if you like what you see here, you could consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done that. That would make me very happy. We are always very happy to have new people here in our communities, and you can also come to stop by the streams when we start doing that again, join the Discord, all of that. And as always, remember to like the video if you liked it, so I know that you liked it and I can continue making more videos that you like in the future. It benefits us both in that way. I am trying to reach the goal for becoming a YouTube partner, so just you being here and watching my videos is helping so much, so thank you. I appreciate it so much, you have no idea. And I hope we can reach that goal soon. I have plans. I think it's gonna be so fun, and I really hope that I'm gonna be able to invest more in my channel that way, because I really like doing this. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun just making videos, doing streams, talking to you guys, playing my favorite games. This is just the best time. This is the best hobby I've ever had. I'm not gonna get too soppy here at the end of the video because I'm just trying to say goodbye, but I just keep talking because that's how I am. I don't know where to stop. But overall, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe. That is all I can ask for. And I will show you the final result of how this build turned out in a little aesthetic photo montage thingy that I always do. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. That is everything I have to say. So bye!